Hey everyone, welcome to Bald Prairie Real Estate. My name's Matthew, that's Matilda. We want to educate you all about real estate. We had a really serious question for this episode. Should Tilly get another Trito? I think so. Okay, but we do have a real serious question, and that is, are declining house prices making houses actually cheaper to buy? Let's say they drop by 20%. Is that going to be cheaper? And I think the answer is going to surprise you. And at the end of the video, I have a valuable lesson that I think you absolutely have to know if you're thinking about buying a house. So make sure you stick around to the end for that. But as always, we got to start off with another terrible joke. And I got this one from a viewer again. Why is it that moon rocks taste better than earth rocks? Because they're a little meteor. If you have a terrible joke that I can use in a future episode of Bald Prairie Real Estate, put it in the comments below. If you love learning about real estate, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, here's your two choices, house A or house B. House A is $750,000 and house B, it's got a 20% discount. It's $605,000. And by the way, if you're thinking about buying house A, house B, or any house in Canada and you don't already know a fantastic real estate agent in your market, I'm gonna have a link to my calendar in the description below where you can book me in for an appointment. I'm gonna learn about what you're looking for in a house and an agent and get you set up with the best agent in your market. Also, by the way, a 20% price change is not the same as taking 20% of the original value and then just subtracting that. If you did that in this case, that would actually be a 22% change in price. But wait, there's still more. For both houses, you still have the same $75,000 down payment, but for house A, your mortgage interest rate is gonna be 2.25%. But for house B, the mortgage interest rate is 4.25%. Now you're probably asking, why did you pick these numbers, Matthew? Well, I picked them for a couple of reasons. First off is that in February, when house prices appeared to be kind of at the peak of the market, which by the way, while some house prices in some markets have declined, it's not universal across the country. But in February, when house prices were higher in pretty much every market, we saw interest rates at about 2.25%. Now today, we've seen a decline in prices, again, not in all markets, but interest rates are about 4.25%. That's gonna make a significant difference in how much these houses actually cost. Now you have to make that choice. Are you gonna choose house A at $750,000 or house B at $605,000? Now, I want you to tell me which one you think is going to be cheaper. And by cheaper, I mean total cost of ownership. So that is the original purchase price, the cost of the interest over the course of a 25-year mortgage, and CMHC fees. Now, we're gonna keep interest rates fixed for this example. I know interest rates will go up, they will go down over 25 years, but just for this example, let's keep them fixed. Let me know, which one did you pick? Okay, so you were a sucker. You bought house A at the peak of the market, the most expensive it was, and you paid $750,000 for that house. That means your CMHC fees are about $21,000. Your mortgage interest over 25 years, that's $214,000. Your monthly payment is gonna be about $3,030, meaning the total cost is gonna be about $985,000 to buy house A. But since you are not a sucker, you waited for the market to bottom out, you timed it perfectly, you bought house B at a 20% discount, meaning your purchase price was $605,000. So your CMHC fees are about $16,500. Your mortgage interest over 25 years is about $338,000. That'll make your monthly mortgage about $2,950 a month, bringing your total cost to buy house B, which you timed perfectly right, to $960,000. House B is a little bit cheaper, but not by very much. I must have done my numbers wrong. Let me double check this here. Okay, so we're gonna carry the 1, divide by 0, check the square root. Yeah, it's right. Even though the original purchase price is $150,000 less, it's 20%, the total purchase ended up only being $30,000 less, and the mortgage payments were only $80 different per month. There has to be some funny business going on here, and I need to get to the bottom of this, so let's figure out what happened. House B was cheaper, but not by the $150,000 that it initially appeared. $30,000 over the course of an entire mortgage is pretty much insignificant, and the monthly payment, $80 difference, is essentially nothing. So while yes, on paper it looks like you paid less for house B, all in all, it's about equal. And I gave house B every single advantage that I could have. I gave it a 20% discount over house A, and you still had the same 10% down, meaning you were actually borrowing even less money proportional to the purchase price, and your CMHC fees would have been lower. If I instead made it so that there was a 10% down payment for each house, CMHC fees would be just about equal, your monthly payment would be higher for house B, and total cost of ownership would definitely be higher for house B. And this is the impact of mortgage interest rates on affordability and total cost to buy a house. While higher interest rates are driving down house prices in terms of what the buyers and sellers are agreeing on for a sale price, for the buyers, it actually isn't really any cheaper to buy a house now, even if that house price has declined, because of how much interest you will pay over the course of owning that house. A 1% change in rates might not seem like much right now, but over the course of 25 years, it really compounds and adds up to a significant amount. So what's the valuable lesson that we can take away from this? Well, I want to lean into something that I tell all of my own buyers, and that is when you've made a decision, it's the right time to buy. And when the right time to buy is a very personal question. Everybody's situation is different, so there's no black and white answer to that. But once you've made a decision that yes, now is the right time to buy, you go out and you buy the best house you can for the best price possible at that time. Because I promise you, if you wait long enough, there will be a better house that will come up for sale. Heck, they might even be asking less money for that house. But you don't know when that house is going to come up for sale. And like in the example I showed before, interest rates might make that house more expensive even though the asking price is lower. But do you know what you're not going to have to wait for? Another awesome Canadian monthly housing market update, which you can find right here. I cover all the major markets in Canada. And right here is what YouTube algorithm says you need to watch next on Bald Prairie Real Estate. As always, everyone, thanks very much for watching.